Welcome to our session handling one of the topics of Digital SAT English section. Our topic is entitled Finite versus Non-Finite Verbs. What are finite verbs? Those verbs that can change form according to the subject and can show tense and can act as main verbs are called finite verbs. On the other hand, the non-finite verbs do not change form according to the subject, do not show tense, or act as main verbs. They don't act as main verbs. For example, he likes swimming in the pool. He is the subject. Likes is the main verb. Swimming in the pool, that's a gerund phrase. Swimming, swim plus ing. So this is a gerund, and it doesn't change its form if I try to change the subject. However, if I try to change the subject he to be we, for example, likes will not be having its form or, with he. It will change to be like. We like swimming in the pool. So swimming didn't change, but like changed in order to be suitable or to agree with the pronoun we, which is plural. Thus, like is finite, while swimming is non-finite. So once again, we liked swimming in the pool. Here, I changed like to be liked to refer to the past tense. However, swimming remained the same. So liked is a finite verb because it shows a tense. Swimming is non-finite because it doesn't change and doesn't show any tense. Back to our original example, he likes swimming in the pool. Likes is a finite verb, which acts like a main one. Swimming is a gerund and is a non-finite verb. Now, what are the types of non-finite verbs? Gerunds, like the word swimming in the previous example. This is a gerund. And it consists of the verb plus ing. And we have the participles, which can be present participle and past participle. Infinitives, which consist of to plus the base form of the verb. So let's write them in order to for you to try to figure each type. Gerunds will consist of verb plus ing. Present participle also consists of verb plus ing. So what is the difference between a gerund and a present participle? The gerunds will act as nouns, while present participle will act, the present participles will act as adjectives. And the past participle is actually the third form of the verb. Like eaten, or drunk, or decorated. That's the third form of the verb. Infinitives will consist of to plus the base form of the verb. Let's have a look at some examples. Gerunds. Running is enjoyable. So running here is a gerund acting as a noun functioning as a subject. Noun is originally a gerund acting as a noun functioning as a subject. I'm fond of reading. Reading is a gerund functioning as a noun or acting as a noun and functioning as an object of preposition. And so on. Definitely running and reading are non-finite. Participles, the present participle and the past participle. Look here, he lives in a decorated house. This one is an adjective, and it is a non-finite verb because it doesn't give a main verb here in the sentence. Lives is the main verb. I couldn't watch the whole movie sleeping on the sofa. Sleeping is present participle. Introducing this participial phrase that describes the subject I. Who's supposed to be sleeping on the sofa? The subject. So it describes the subject. So this one is non-finite because it doesn't give a tense and it doesn't make a main verb. Infinitives, the last type of the non-finite verbs, is to plus the base form of the verb. We decided to visit our grandma. Decided is the main verb, while to visit, this is infinitive, which is non-finite. How to recognize the questions targeting the finite and non-finite verbs. You will find that the four answer choices have the same exact verb, but in different finite and non-finite forms. However, if the four answer choices have the same verb, but in different tenses, that will be a verb tense question, not a question targeting finite and non-finite verbs. Or if the four answer choices have the same verb, but with a singular and plural forms, that will be a subject-verb agreement question and not finite versus non-finite forms. Let's have a look at some examples from the digital SAT. Look at number 23. Here I have claiming, that's non-finite. Claim is finite. It can give a tense, it can act as a main verb, and it can change according to the subject. It can change its form according to the subject. This one is non-finite too. And this one is an infinitive, which is also non-finite. So we have this pattern of 3 to 1. So B is likely to be the right answer since we usually take the different form, but we need to make sure that our choice is the correct one. Here I have some historians, and historians here act as the subject. So the main subject of the sentence needs a main verb, which most probably can be the finite verb, claim. So all the main verbs are finite verbs. So this was an example of a finite versus non-finite verb forms. Look at this example, number 19. We have here where, have been, has been, and are. All of them are finite verbs because they can act as main verbs and they all can give or show a tense. But we notice something, that 3 of the options are plural. This is plural, this is plural, and this is plural, and one only is singular. So in this case, since I have 3 different, different forms in terms of being singular and plural, so letter C is likely to be the right answer because it is the different form here, 3 to 1. But her writing, so her writing is the subject, which is singular also. So it needs a main verb and it needs a singular form of the verb. So has been is the right choice. This one, this question, in this question, I found that this one is finite, showing past tense, past simple tense. And this one also finite, and it shows past perfect tense. And this one is finite, and it shows present simple tense. And this one is finite also and shows future progressive. Now, it's not a finite versus non-finite question anymore. It has 4 different tenses. So I need to check the tenses in the text so that I can pick the correct one. Are, that's present. Prepares, that's present. Hears, that's present. So consequently, I will go for C, which is present tense, but I need to make sure that the subject also is singular. So the character of Linda, the character here is the subject and it's singular. So letter C is the right answer. So this type of question is verb tense. And the previous question was subject-verb agreement. And our very first example was targeting the finite versus non-finite verb forms. Hopefully, this quick session could be a helpful source for you to work on finite and non-finite verbs. Thank you so much for attending our session. And I look forward to seeing you in future sessions. Thank you so much. Have a great day.